I thought it was a really good match. I thought Bluffton came out hard, and they brought tempo and kind of some competitiveness to the game, and I think they jumped out on us a lot quicker than what we were expecting. But I think our girls, once they got settled in, kind of got comfortable and made the push that we needed.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a little about the slow start, but you guys got it in a rhythm there in the first set, and it continued in the second and the third.
Yeah, they once we got, I think our nerves were kind of settling in a little bit with it being regionals, and it puts a little bit different perspective on the match once we get into postseason. But I think once they got calm and comfortable and kind of got into a rhythm a little bit more, we were able to build off of that, and we were able to run our tempo and our speed that we wanted.
We talk about getting that first win under your belt in the NCAA tournament this year.
It just feels really good to just come out strong and get through this first win so that we can push forward. It was a fun match. I had fun. I think everybody else had fun too.
Coach, let's talk a little about the second set. You guys won 25-15, 6 service aces. Talk about your serving in that second set.
We paid attention to that quite a bit in the last few weeks. If we were able to serve aggressive and put the other team out of system, it's going to make our life a lot easier on defense, especially with our blocking. So we've pushed a lot of our emphasis in practice on serving. We serve about 15 to 20 minutes a day on it, and I think it's starting to pay off because the girls are putting up a lot better balls.
We talk about playing on your home court, nice crowd tonight.
Yeah, this season we haven't played at home that much, so it was a lot of fun being able to invite friends and just celebrate with everybody around us, so it was a lot of fun.
Vanessa, a real balanced attack tonight across the board. Talk to us a little bit about that.
We work on that quite a bit as well. We don't want just one person that people can tee up on and try to shut down. So we talk to our setters a lot, and we go over things with our setters quite a bit so that things are balanced and the opponent never knows where the ball's coming from and everything. So the girls, we keep track of that. The girls check that when they come off the bench, and they know where to distribute and what hot hand to go with.
Talk about tomorrow's match against Hendricks. Had a nice 3-0 win over Maryville.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really tough match. We played Hendricks earlier in the year, and they're very competitive. They're kind of a team on the rise right now, and I think, you know, they're excited about being here, and they're going to push as hard as possible. We played them earlier, like I said, and some of their players were missing during that match, so they have their full squad back. So I think it's going to be different competition than what we saw in the past, and we're going to have to come and play for sure.
Washi's a really good opponent. You know, we knew coming in that it was going to be a battle, and you know, for us to want to run our side-out offense, we run a pretty quick offense, and we need to pass the ball. And Washi did a really good job of taking us out of system, and you know, made it to where we're facing double blocks, and they're really solid defensively. And so, you know, I think that was key to the match, was serve and pass. You know, they have 9 aces to our 1, and you know, we tried to serve aggressive later, but made some errors. So you know, it came down to serve and pass. When we're staying in system, I thought we did a nice job in the first couple of sets, and but then when you dig yourself a hole, it's really hard to come back against a really good opponent on their home floor.
Coach, credit your team. They came out of the locker room and built their early lead. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. A few weeks ago, we went to Chicago and played some teams that you know, played in the NCAA tournament in Chicago, and Carthage and Elmhurst, and that was a good test for us, and to see where we need to be at. You know, so I reminded the girls that, you know, that's the kind of level Chicago has beaten WashU a couple times this year, and we played competitively with them, and so I thought, hey, if we do things well, control the side of the net, and you know, don't make any bonehead plays, you know, we can hang these guys and push them, and who knows what can happen from there.
Kendra, do you want to talk a little about the balanced attack of WashU? That's kind of hard, not just to key on one of their players.
They're the fastest offense that we've seen in a while, so we had to stay disciplined. We had to work with all 6 players. It wasn't just one person, and I think we do very well at that. We consider each other a family, and when we come together as one, we stay calm and collective, and we go point by point.
Kendra, you guys were down 0-2, and I noticed that you guys were still playing hard every single point, and that really stuck out. Talk a little about that.
Well, you never know what's going to happen in a game. So when Sarah was out, we put in 2 setters that haven't set, and we gave them confidence. And then from there on, we just stayed together as a team. And I mean, we couldn't have done it without them.
Coach, you have 1 senior on this team. What do you guys take from this match to build on next year with so many kids coming back?
And next year starts tomorrow. You know, they got to get in the weight room. We got to get faster. We got to get better, better ball control. Got to be able to read. We know what our weaknesses are, and it's no surprise to our opponents as they watch film on us. And so those are the target areas that we need to improve on. And you know, I challenge our ladies from the process of the recruiting cycle. I'm going to bring in players that are going to push you. It's either going to make you stronger or you're going to get past, and so that motivation seems to work. And you know, we got to get better. If we can stay in system, we've got a pretty good offense. We got to get better defensively. This might be one of the first times that we've out-blocked an opponent.